nearly died. So far it's taken us 2 hours to try and get off this sodding mountain. Made it to the top. Okay, we are back out on the trail. This is stage 7. We've had a slight change around. Charlotte is no longer with us, she's gone home, but we have got Emma.
Hi.
So we've got a couple of mountains to do. It's quite late in the day. It's already like past 4 o'clock, so we're going to try and... It is boiling hot. So we're going to try and smash out stage 7 tonight, if we can. And yeah, let's have a look and see what is in store. Woohoo! It felt so good to be back out on the trail. We started descending down into the valley from Penny Pass, where I'd left off in the last episode. Luckily, the weather was still on my side and I was crossing my fingers that my knee would hold out. We are 250 metres up. Emma has stopped for her first snack stop and wee break. We stuffed our faces full of chocolate, then started tackling the first mountain of stage 7.
Okay, so we've gone off the path and we've got to navigate our way up there somewhere. But the grass is really long and we're just trying to find out the best route to go through. So I don't know. Big holes.
Don't fall down them.
The grass will come up to like here on me.
Only a few hours into stage 7 and we had already managed to come off route. This was down to too much chatting and not paying attention to the GPS map on the app. But never mind, we had a plan. We've managed to get a little bit off track somehow. We were following what we thought was a path. Turns out it wasn't. Keep doing that. And so we're just going to climb up this bit. I'm going to show you because we are down here and we need to be up there. If in doubt, just climb upwards and rejoin the route at the top. So we headed up. Luckily we got back on track and we were met with some absolutely gorgeous views. Time to tackle the next peak, 872 metres. We hoped we would reach it before sunset, so we could potentially camp out near the top somewhere. Now this one was a long but steady climb that seemed to go on forever, and as the sun began to set, we eventually were close to reaching the top. Made it to the top. A little bit windswept. But we're alright, that was a long, tedious climb up the hill. The temperature was dropping rapidly and the wind had picked up, so we decided to start climbing down and hopefully find somewhere to pitch up that was a little bit more sheltered. Here will do just nicely. Good morning, everybody. So we had a little cheeky camp out on the side of the mountain last night. We were going to camp up the top, but Emma was like, no, let's just keep going down, it'll be warmer. So we literally walked until it was almost dark, and then luckily we found a little patch of flattish ground. What a beautiful morning! We just had the last few miles to do to get into Cape Currig and complete this section. Stage 7 done. A very good morning and welcome back. I am back out on the trail of the Snowdonia Way Mountain Route. And as you can see behind me, oh, midges! This is Capel Curig, I think it is, the place that I left off from last time. So I'm just about to start stage 8. Now I arrived into Betsy Coed last night at about 8 o'clock and walked along the Snowdonia Slate Trail to get to here. It was about 6 miles, so I did a couple last night, camped in some woodlands and did the rest this morning. It's just past 9 o'clock now, and so I'm about to get started on stage 8 of the mountain route, and it looks like a toughie. I think there must be about 9 peaks in there, with the highest one being over 1,000 meters. So wish me luck. I bet it's gonna be beautiful though. Let's do it. Just 2 more stages to go until the finishing line at Conwy, and this time I was tackling them solo. I was feeling positive as I started climbing the first peak. I was loving being back in Wales again. I am 460 meters up. I'm on the first peak of, I think it's around 9 today. This one, what I'll show you in a minute, is the next one that I'm doing, which is 700 and something. I'm already exhausted. I'm sweating already. I feel out of practice, but I've got this. I'm gonna do it. By looking at the app, I could see the majority of the day was simply climbing up and up, but the views were gorgeous, so I wasn't complaining. Today was going to require a lot of snacks. Made it to the top of this peak. Absolutely shattered already. 760 meters. Still got a long way to go. Whew. 805 meters up so far. I am going to try and flash the names up of these mountains. Obviously my pronunciation of Welsh words is absolutely atrocious, so I'm not even going to attempt to say that, because people will just be commenting saying you're getting it wrong. I know I will, but so I'll just leave it to you guys. I'll just flash up the names on the screen. Wow, I was really feeling out of practice at this point. If I knew then what I knew now, I was feeling so out of breath because I actually had COVID and would be in isolation from the minute I got home. Bummer. I'm just over 900 meters up, and as you can see, it is really misty now. Just been helping a few people that have been stuck actually, because they're using paper maps, and the visibility is really poor, but luckily with the app I'm literally just following the blue line, and I've been able to help a few people, which has been nice, you know, random acts of kindness and all that jazz. Don't want anyone lost on the mountain. I'm going to try to get to this peak, which is the next one, which is 994. Now I cannot recommend the Hiiker app enough. It's full of fantastic features and free to install. So just a reminder for anyone who doesn't already have it, I will include the link in the video description below, along with a cheeky discount code for its premium version. I've got about 50 meters left to go to reach the highest point that I'm going to get to today. And I'm sweating. I very rarely sweat, but it has been a bit of a mission today. What a scramble. I pushed onwards and upwards, thoroughly enjoying myself, even though it was a bit of a challenge with my breathing. But I just assumed it was because I'd had taken a few weeks off for my knee to heal and that I was out of practice. A 1,001 meters up. Woo, woo, woo. Hit the highest point for today. Now it's just the long way down. The descent on this part was incredibly steep and very slippery. I kind of wish I'd taken my hiking poles, but managed it by taking it really slowly. So I just came down from 1,001 meters to about 500 meters, and it was slippery, it was steep, and I fell on my ass 1,000 times. And now I'm at the bottom. I've got to go all the way back up again to 900 and something meters to do the next one. At the top of Hiiker, Next one done. I am absolutely shattered. Still got about 3 more miles to go before I get to the place where I'm thinking about camping. Wow, this section was just stunning. And as I was nearing the area I wanted to camp, the sun came out and made an appearance. It was just perfect. I'm in the tent, just set up the tent for the night in an absolutely gorgeous spot. You should see the view. Let me just show you where I've set it. It's a bit blowy. I'm kind of hoping the tent doesn't blow away in the night. I'm just getting myself set up and sorted. Got my sleeping bag there, got my little sleeping mat thing and all my miscellaneous shit. Now this was one of the most stunning sunrises I'd ever witnessed. If you want to see more photos, don't forget to grab me on Instagram at drunkonwanderlust and let me know in the comments, where has your favourite sunrise been? Good morning, everybody. Well, there was a gorgeous sunrise this morning. Feeling fresh, feeling fabulous. I've got 22.5 miles to finish this, and I've got a day and a bit. So I am just gonna speed on, try and get to town as quickly as I can, resupply and crack on. I had been so lucky. What a gorgeous sunset and sunrise. It had definitely made yesterday's full day of ascent worthwhile. But as I was starting to climb down into town, I realised it wasn't going to be easy. More bouldering at like 7:30 in the morning. I'm already shattered. This was proving to be pretty difficult. Large sections of clambering over big boulders was time consuming and draining my energy. Then I encountered some extremely steep and slippery sections coming down, which were really challenging with a heavy pack. Sliding down another mountain, I've ripped my jacket, I've ripped my trousers. What a day! Bad news, my knee was starting to give way and I'd already taken a couple of nasty tumbles. So, my knee is giving me a lot of pain again, which is a bugger. Got Charlotte's knee support on. Still not doing much good, so I am once again on my bum sliding down this mountain. I don't really know what I'm going to have to do about the rest of the trail. Just need to get down from here and then I can gather my thoughts and have a good think. I'd already ripped my trousers, so I thought the easiest way down was to continue sliding on my bum through the steepest sections. Finally, I reached the bottom, soaking wet and covered in mud. Now that was an absolute mission to get down. It's taken me ages and I've completely ruined most of my clothes, which is great because they've all got rips in. So I've had to do a quick change of jogging bottoms. I've now joined back with this Snowdonia Slate Trail to make my way into town. My knee's really playing up. I think I might have to try and avoid the next mountainous section of the next stage. I'm going to have a good look at the map when I get into town and formulate a plan. Luckily, the last mile into town was pretty easy going along the Slate Trail, and before too long I managed to stock up on supplies and think of a game plan. So I had to make a decision. This is the start of stage 9. So what I've decided to do is catch a train to the next town down and hop on the North Wales Coastal Path alternative route to join back up to the Snowdonia Way Mountain Route. Now while I'm doing that, it cuts out some of the really steep ascents and descents of this stage, and I just can't manage it with this knee, I can't be doing that today. So I've cut out some of the section, which I am absolutely gutted about, but I've got to be sensible. I'm gutted, but I had to miss out a bit of the section. But I'm going to carry on from here and hopefully get some really, really stunning views. I've still got one more night's camp as well. So let's crack on. I caught the train to Llanfairfychan. Well, that's my guess at the pronunciation. Please let me know in the comments if it's wrong. And then I joined the North Wales coastal route for a few miles to meet back up with the mountain route. There was still a bit of a climb getting out of the town, but I had some lovely views out to sea. I was feeling really down about missing a section of the stage, but I still had to be sensible and think about my health. Good news, I have met back up with the trail, the Snowdonia Way Mountain Route again. Shattered. I think I'm going to do maybe just a couple more miles today, take a break, let my knees rest and the rest of me, because my shoulders are really hurting as well, and do the last run in the morning. I do have a train booked for 1:30 from Llandudno Junction, so I do have to be there for then, but I think I can do it. I've got a feeling it might be a little bit difficult to find a place to camp tonight, because it seems to be all walled off farmland, and I don't want to piss anyone off or, you know, be a nuisance or get moved on, of course. So I'm going to have a scout around, but if not, I may have to just try and make it all the way into town and see if I can get a bed and breakfast or something, which I don't really want to do, but what can you do? So I had rejoined the mountain route and continued on, keeping my eyes peeled for a place to camp. By now my whole body was aching, and although I'd assumed it was all from the hiking, I now know it was the onset of the dreaded Rona. The stunning views were keeping me distracted, however, and as the sun began to set over the cliffs a few miles out of Conwy, I found a nice place to camp for the night. Good morning, everybody. Now, sorry, I know I look like absolute shit, but I did not have the best night's sleep last night. It was cold. It was really, really cold, surprisingly, for August. But yeah, it was probably just because I'm near the coast. So I found a lovely little spot to camp last night, overlooking the sea, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'll show you in a minute. It is now 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm all packed down, ready to do the last few miles into Conwy to catch my train to Betsycoed, to then catch my train all the way back to Peterborough. It's been emotional. I was absolutely gutted I had to miss out that little section with the mountains at the beginning of stage 9, but I just literally couldn't risk it, not with my knee. So I am a little bit gutted. So that's about 10 miles that I did miss. But the last 10 miles have been stunning. I've seen some absolutely gorgeous scenery. Well, I've still got 2 miles left to go. So there's still nice things coming up. So don't turn off just yet. Yeah, but all in all, it's just been unreal. Absolutely unreal. Definitely my favourite trail that I've done so far. So let's do this last 2 miles, shall we, into town. What a lovely camp spot I'd found. It was so nice falling asleep to the sounds of the sea. I was rapidly feeling more and more unwell, but as I'd done a negative test the day I left, I assumed it was just a chill from camping in the cold. I tried to enjoy the last few miles into town as the scenery was just stunning, but there's no denying the sense of relief I had when I reached Conwy and I could finally relax. Finally made it, the Snowdonia Way Mountain Route. What an epic adventure. Thank you so much for watching. What an epic trail, and definitely one I would recommend. So get those boots on, get out, get to Snowdonia and give it a try. Unfortunately, I have been stuck in isolation ever since I got home. with the dreaded Rona. Luckily I am coming through the other side of it now and I'm starting to feel so much better, which is great news. But whilst I do have you here, I am going to quickly tell you about one of the features I really enjoyed using on the Hiiker app. Now on this Hiiker app, it's been fantastic for isolating the different stages of this trail, and on each different stage it shows you the total elevation for that stage, so you can have a quick look day by day and see exactly how much you've got ascent and descent and how hardcore that day is going to be, which I found really useful, especially on the last stage when my knee was really playing up. I could see, right, I've got a really difficult bit at the beginning and I could skip that bit and miss that bit out because I couldn't physically do it. But don't take my word for it, this app is amazing. Check it out for yourselves. I have put the link in the video description and also a cheeky discount code if you did want to use their premium version, which I do highly recommend as well. But it is an absolutely amazing app and I really appreciate that they have been working with me on this trail. So I am going to say goodbye for now because I think the only thing left to say is where to next. I don't know, I need to pick another trail for the next one. Any suggestions, let me know in the comments. Stay safe everybody, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.